Okay, so the 2000s was basically the decade of fantasy where you had Harry Potter basically own culture, and then you had this massive hit with Lord of the Rings, but then you had this franchise right here, Chronicles of Narnia, based on the popular book series that sold 120 million copies, but it never really made as a movie series, and I'm just wondering why it died. I'm explaining this in the early 2000s, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings really owned the show, where Harry Potter was owned by Warner Brothers and Lord of the Rings was owned by New Line Cinema, which would later be owned by Warner Brothers, and because of that, Disney felt a little left out of the equation where they didn't really have a live-action fantasy series they can bank on. At the same time, Disney didn't want to bank on something new and risky, so instead they decided to get the rights of Chronicles of Narnia written by C.S. Lewis, where they wanted to give it the first ever attempt at turning into a theatrically released movie. For Chronicles of Narnia, the first book came out in 1950 and was a massive success, but following that there really weren't that many adaptations like the 1979 animated movie, but just looking at this you can kind of imagine the success it had. Then there was also the BBC miniseries that was sold in VHS and DVD like it was a movie, but that was never that popular because limitations on the budget. But because that Disney got the rights to